Amazing, dude. Congrats. And we were talking, on the experience show, obviously your part that you dropped, what the P-Rod part.
I don't like to refer to it as a part.
What do you want to refer it to as?
A video offering.
A video offering. I like that.
I like that.
Yeah. It's not quite part. It's not, I did what I could do in the amount of time that I could.
With those
How
shoes
much?
on.
Yeah, with the shoes. How much time did you get?
From beginning of March till when it dropped. Maybe a couple weeks.
That's pretty quick.
Wow.
Maybe like a solid 2 months.
And I noticed that you posted that the trick in Malibu you did with different shoes on.
Yes.
And you went back and got that trick. Yeah. What was it? The nollie front nose, nollie back heel?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why did you want to go get that trick especially?
Well, because at that time, we were just going street skating, and I had got that. We went to that spot. I think Scales wanted to skate that spot, and we went. And I was just messing around with it. I got the clip, and I felt, I was like, oh, cool. I've never done that trick before. And, so I think part of me, like, I would have put it on Instagram, but I was like, you know what? Let me just wait and just hold on to it. And then I had a phone call with Nike, and they were telling me, like, so what do you want to do for the shoe release? Do you want to do what we did last time and just shoot a couple quick clips that we can release on Instagram to lead up of the drop of the dunk?
Sure.
I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I was like, how soon can I get some samples so I can start skating in them to try and get some tricks? And those were actually the sample ones right there. Those were size 9. I was getting blisters on my heels.
No way.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were like, let me find out when we can get you some shoes, and we'll send them to you. And so I got impatient, and I had the samples, and I said, you know what? Fuck it, Mike. Let's just go to the spot. I'll just squeeze into these shoes, and I'll try to redo that trick in these shoes, just so because I was insecure about my ability to get enough clips in time for the launch, and I didn't know how long it was going to take for them to send them to me. So I was like, I already know I got that trick, so let's just go back and do it again.
Gotcha.
Because I know I can do it, and we'll film it in the shoe, and that way we'll be off to a start. And hopefully by the time, I skate, I get that trick, hopefully I can get a pair of some more pairs. So that's kind of the story.
Normally, would you keep the sample? Like pristine, would you not? Or would you, when your skate shoe samples would come in, would you actually skate majority, or would you save some?
No, a lot of times I skate them because you want to know if it's.
I don't know how many they're sending you.
Sure. No, these ones were super low key because
Gotcha.
the idea, and everybody kind of felt like these were going to be a hit.
Okay.
So like there was only like 2 samples, I believe, at the time. That's why they were size 9. I wear size 10 normally.
Oh, gotcha.
So they sent them just for the visual.
Was that the only trick that you filmed in those? Or like
The samples.
in the samples?
The samples, yeah. But normally what I would skate them, but this shoe particularly wasn't, it's meant to be more than just like a skate. It's a novelty skate shoe, I'll say. Like
definitely.
it's a skate shoe because it's derived from skateboarder and all that stuff, but really the idea behind it is like the story, right? It's the story, this one is meant to be like a collector,
Right. Yeah. It's a piece of art almost.
You said it earlier too. When you see someone skating in that, it's kind of a flex.
It's more so for a flex, right?
Right.
I wasn't planning on skating those samples, but for the sake of like trying to like make up some lost time and not get stuck behind the 8 ball, like I wanted to at least have some decent clips to put out with it.
Yeah.
And then so I got the sample, I got that clip, and then that week the rest of the actual samples shoes came in my own size. So I just immediately started like, oh, I know I want to go do this trick. I want to do that. Right. And I just started going at it. And then like one trick would happen. I'd be like, oh, cool. Oh, what about this spot? I think I have some fair. And I would just go, and like things just started happening. And next thing you know, I had like, a minute of footage. I'm like, whoa, we still got about at least a month before this thing needs to come out. Let me see what I can do until, so I just kept trying. And, after, some slow-mos and second angles, I think we touched like 2 minutes, Sure. Yeah. I was like, make it real slow. Like,
well, that's the thing too, is like, we were tripping on the just because we don't, we were like, oh, the shoe came out, he's probably skating samples and this and that. Like, we were like, man, he probably went out and filmed this thing like
quick.
I had to. Yeah, it was 2 months. Beginning of March, We just put out a video on the Primitive Skate YouTube that like talks about it. I think it was like March 6th or something, March 5th. I don't know, when I had the first sample pairs.
Yep, right.
That the first sample pairs that I had that were my size, I got the switch backside big spin in. And that I had actually tried before as well. I had actually tried that before, and luckily I didn't land it that first time, because that would have been that would have been bad. That would have been, you know, when you got a trick, you just go back to do it like you're like, you know, at least I had to go back because I hadn't landed it.
How long ago did you try it? Before
maybe a month also before.
Okay.
Before this.
Gotcha.
And then so I got the sample, and that was the first one I got with the actual proper size shoes.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, so I got like an actual clip now. And then I was like, all right, let's try and get some more stuff. And
listen, you popped the shit.
Yeah,
That trick is so hard, dude. I don't understand how you do that.
it was,
And perfect.
I was just, the problem was like, that was my first time really jumping since my injury. So like, I was nervous. You know, I was like hesitant. I could have done it that first time. I was just being scared.
Yeah.
I was like,
Were you just kicking it away?
yeah, I would get it and I would kick it away. I would get it and kick it away. And I would just, it was a mental block.
Right.
And so then I just went back and I said, I got the shoes now. I need
do
to
it.
get this.
Got
Let's
the
do it. It
trick,
was
yeah.
more incentive to.
Straight up.
And not for nothing though, like that trick was beautiful, bro. Like,
Thank
I mean, you might as well put a trash can on its side like that, bro. Like the way you pop that thing,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
was-
you turned it like late 180.
Yeah, you catch it and then
caught
you
it
turn
and
then you
it
go
was, like,
180, yeah.
floating.
Look, you're halfway down and you're still,
Still
90.
turning, yeah.
And then you bring it back around. It's
Still
beautiful,
turning.
bro. I love that.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
Is there a trick that really gave you a hard, like, what trick gave you the hardest time while filming this part?
The switch big spin gave me the hardest like mental time.
Oh, okay.
It was more like I was putting myself through stress when I didn't need to. What the hell else did I do in this?
Well, you had a guest appearance.
Yep,
The only
Dubs-
guest,
Dubs
and
came
he
through.
had a speaking role too.
Yeah, he did.
He had a speaking role.
That's right.
Straight up.
yes, dude.
Honored.
This one actually worked out pretty good.
Bro.
I'd
I'm
say,
telling you, bro. Like, literally, like, I pulled up. He, like, was already, like, doing the switchback tail. Did that. And literally, like, 23 tries, bro. Again. I'm like, fuck, bro. And when Spanish Mike, he was like, how many tries did it take? He's like, bro, 23.
Oh yeah. He counted.
Yeah.
So that one was actually like, it worked out like good. And see, this one, what happened was I had went there a few days before and I did switchback tail, switch heel, because I was still thinking like, oh, let me think of something that'd be like kind of good, but like just like, you know, for the Instagram, to post on Instagram, for the launch of the shoe. And we went and I did the switchback tail, switch heel. And that night I was like at home and I was like thinking, I was like, dude, I should have tried switch flipping. I know I could do it. I was like, I know I could do it. I know. And then I talked to Manny. I showed Manny and he was like, dude, why don't you switch flipping? I was like, I was thinking that. And he was like, you should just do that. I was like, fuck, you're right. Yeah, I should. And so we went back and it was still fresh. The switch heel out motion was still fresh. And I was like, all right, I know if I can just get a switch flip back tail in and get across.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I'm bound to do it.
Gonna get it.
So that worked. I'm trying to think what the two, let me see here. What was a super hassle? Mainly the switch big spin, but the line with the two benches, then to the 8 stair.
The switch tray.
I went back to that one a couple times because the damn switch flip frontside nose side just was not working for me. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
And even the one that I got, I didn't like it. It just felt saggy. But I went with it. And I even now when I watch it, I still every time I look at it, I'm like,
You're the only one thinking that.
You are the only one thinking.
but I went
We're all
back
hyped.
twice for that one. And then I went back twice for the nollie flip crook line down the rail. Because the first time it was like another situation with the switchback big spin. I was doing it. I would nollie flip crook. I would grind to the bottom and then I would just jump off for no reason because I was mentally, I was like, I hadn't skated rails really either. And I was just like, I was getting scared and I just would jump off and jump off and jump. And I was like, my brain, I'm freaking out mentally. I got to stop. And then I came back next week and I was like, all right, dude, I was skating with Miles and Carlos, and those dudes were just jumping on it like it was nothing. So I was like, all right, dude, I was inspired. I was like, I'm gonna fucking, I can do this.
On that push, did it crack throw you off?
Yeah, right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Right there it did. But I don't know, for some reason I was just like, I was determined.
Yeah.
I remember being like, I don't care. If I get on, I'm landing this. And I think I was just so determined, like I don't care, nothing's getting in my way. I'm getting to this fucking rail right now. Damn trick, yeah.
Sometimes that helps you, bro. I mean, like going through that little like hiccup, and it throws you off just enough to when you get to your trick,
resets a little bit.
Yeah.
You
it was
you
just
did
like
it literally fucking perfect.
B
bro.
Turner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
B Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Switch
Switch
hard.
You go,
flip.
and then boom.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, like not right now. Like my mind is set on commitment. Like, because sometimes with me, when I skate something that I'm a little nervous about, my commitment comes and goes. Like I'll commit one try, and then for like 5 more tries later, I'll kind of like pussyfoot.
Yeah.
And then like, and I right there on that particular one, my mind was in a place of like, I'm fucking committing. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to waste it, because if I'd have stopped right there, when I hit that little crack,
Yeah.
the next try, for all I know, I would have just went and like, just
That wasn't
Flipped
enough.
it
That
and
wasn't
jumped
enough
down.
to really throw you off to be like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm starting over.
And
Fuck
I like
that.
it
That was
as a little
chill.
character. You know?
I do.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly.
It does.
I
It does.
love
Exactly.
it.
That's what
I
I'm
love,
I love
that
the fit
shit.
too. Everything.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, like, I remember when I first met you, watching you skate rails was the first time I ever seen anyone do this. I think we talked about it with LD too. You would do like board slide, 50-50, front board. Do you still do that when you, let's say you're skating this rail? Are you still warming up like that?
Yeah, for sure. I board slid it. For sure, I crooked it. And I nollie crooked it.
That
but-
probably gave you some
No, that
confidence.
definitely, because the first time I went, I didn't do that. I just board slid and crooked it, and then I just started nollie flip crooking. But the thing is with that is like you know, when you're 16, when I first met you, you can skate a rail for fucking 5 hours.
Yeah,
and be
yeah.
fine. So like I also I need to warm up and get some level of confidence, but I also have to factor in the fact that like I need to save my energy, save my body for what I came for, you know.
Yeah.
Totally.
Speaking of your body and everything, and you were saying that was your first time jumping down rails and doing all that stuff. How has that process been with the knee recovery and all that stuff, and getting back into the swing of things? Like you said, you were kind of scared on the back on the switchback big, and like how you feel good, but mentally that little thing in the back of your head, you don't need. It's like,
but I kind of was
that.
always like that anyway.
Really?
I was always really cautious and kind of like a nervous skater.
Oh,
so
can't tell.
It's helped. Thank you. It's helped me a lot. But physically, I feel good. Like I when I get nervous about skating, like the rail, it wasn't because of my knee. It was just like I hadn't done this in a while, so like I don't know what's gonna happen. With the stairs, I was a little nervous of like, all right, how I hadn't taken that much impact yet. Like, how is it gonna hold up? How is it gonna take, like, if I kick away funny and I like slip out and do the splits or whatever. Like, so like I would like kick out on ones that didn't need to be kicked out just because I was just like not ready to
little apprehensive
to find out what happens. So like, and luckily at that time, at the Switch Big Spin time, I had already had the skate park. Obviously, we hadn't announced it yet. Sure. But I was skating it privately, and we had the pretty decent sized set of stairs there. So I was Switch Big Spinning those frequently to get my confidence up. So my knee was holding up well, even though if I would kick out, everything felt fine. Like I didn't feel too in my head about it.
Yeah.
But then, of course, when you get to a real street spot and the stairs are quite a bit bigger even than those stairs, it was like, okay, now here's the real test. So, so I get a little, but I've always been kind of like Kelly even seen me, all the years of being a judge of Street League, even at the Street League contest, I'll go up, I'll roll up, I'll be sweeping the stairs, invisible rocks. I just have this weird, like, nervousness is about me.
Right, I got you.
But I think it's helped me in a lot of ways, like, it's helped me avoid a lot of
better safe than
slams,
sorry.
you know what I mean? Yeah, so.
How did that feeling feel when you're relearning tricks when you got hurt, after you got hurt? Because that feeling for me is like, you're like, all right, I'm going to try a switch flip. I haven't done one in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Scary almost.
That must have been kind of fun. It's kind of a fun feeling though.
Well,
right?
a lot of tricks felt just like they were brand new again. You
Yeah.
know, like, oh my God, like when you first learned them in the first place, they felt like that. And then it was cool, those ones that you would do that you were like, you would try it and you would just do it and you'd be like, okay. So I still got it. Like it's still I didn't lose it. It's still like hardwired into your system, you know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you lost any tricks? Like, is there anything that's like giving you problems now that you never did before?
Not necessarily problems. There's probably still certain things that I haven't done yet because I didn't feel like I was ready to just jump into it yet. But pretty much now, I'm pretty much now at the point where I'm pretty much trying everything.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to learn tricks and stuff now too. So thankfully that didn't happen. Like I wasn't all of a sudden a trick that I would do all the time wasn't just gone. You know, like
Yeah.
it was more so like taking it to a little bit bigger. Like if it was a stair trick, like, okay, do it down a little set of stairs, a little small gap, but like taking it to a big, that would be like, okay, am I ready to take this one like up a notch,
Yeah.
you know? That's what was, that's why my process was like felt slow, you know? So, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't about to do all that work and rehab all that time just to like, just dive in and just go for it, you know, like I'm not about to start over at square one if I don't have to. Yeah.
Totally, dude. Totally.
Where is that like button? Right? Is it right here or right here?
Just a little scroll coming down the bottom.
It's
Subscribe.
over to it's on your
It's on my right?
left.
It's on
No,
my
on your left.
Hey,
Yeah.
hit that
Right there.
button right there.
Right there.
Right
Yeah,
there.
please.
The like button's kind of like in the middle there. It's like we're kind of like
it's like right here?
Kind of.
Like
yeah,
right
and the
there?
subscribe's like over to the left.
Like right over there. All right.